All right, thank you. All right. Obviously, some New Yorkers are late. Hopefully, they'll come in due time. So, thank you for coming all to our third annual Brand New Conference. And we're just going to get the introductions out of the way, the thank yous in place, and we'll get started. All right?
Anybody out there that needs to come in?
Use your microphone on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my microphone. I'll use this one on. No. Microphones. There we go. Welcome, everybody. As Armin said, this is our third year, and hopefully we're just leaving infancy and going into growing throughout the years a little bit more. First off, Wi-Fi. Take a look at this. It's very important to do one little detail. Once you put your username and your password, do not hit return or enter. Go ahead and click on the little logging button. It's the only way it will work.
Sorry to interrupt. One thing. I'm
Case
Armin.
sensitive.
I'm Armin. This is Bryony. We run this thing.
Well, this is just like a family, so I figured everybody knows that by now. Big thank you to our sponsors. They make a huge difference for us, being that it's just Armin and myself doing this. Every little bit counts, and we have a big thank you to them. We have Nina, and starting in the first break, you all saw those black tables by the colorful wall. You'll see you can get a little bit more information from them there. The School of Visual Arts, the branding program, Behance. That little black envelope that you got when you got your badge, very important. Use a code that you find in there for 3 months free of their pro site personal portfolio. Typekit, Etsy, Fonts.com, MailChimp, Aquint, Newspaper Club, Heffler and Fred Jones. Also, starting the first break, there will be a table where you can take a tote bag for free. But please only take those if you think you're going to use them. We try to be a sustainable conference, so if you are just going to grab them and leave them at the hotel, please don't. Thank you to our after-party sponsor, the Public Society. Type Directors Club, our media sponsor. And our print friend, many thanks to them for printing our poster, which you'll see also starting the first break.
And I'm going to interject one thing. I want to thank our sponsors. If you see your program, we don't have your typical sponsor ad that everybody flips through at the end and doesn't pay attention. We want to thank them for being game and kind of like being part of the editorial content of the program. They really had to step out of their comfort zone to provide material that was a little bit out of the ordinary. So, read through that as you would read through the speaker bios, because they have nice stories to tell.
This conference would not run as smoothly as it does without the help of all of our volunteers. So big shout out. If you don't know who they are, they're all wearing red t-shirts. If you need anything, please approach them, and they can get to us rather quickly. Having people fly in from all over the world let us know that we're doing something right, and we appreciate you coming to America, land of the big gulp, except for here in New York. Sorry. Well, we have people from companies you would expect, like Wolf Allens, Interbrand, Landor, etc. We love that designers from these kinds of companies and organizations are here. But please behave. You don't want to be reported by the U.S. Department of Human Services or Gawker. And of course, thank you all for coming. Without you, we would just be speaking to an empty room, and that would be no fun. Many thanks to Strat Parrott. Where are you?
All the way back there.
All the way back there, who will be handling all of our tweeting today through the BNConf handle.
Yeah, so any tweets that you want to make, please attach them with a BNConf with a hashtag.
Water bottle. This year's poster, as I said, was going to be available starting the break. Please just take one. There is enough for everybody, but we don't have enough for duplicates. And if you're traveling, you can ask for a poster tube. But if you're local, we encourage you, again, sustainability. No point in throwing out cardboard tubes all over town. So you can just take a rubber band. If anyone is wondering, the 2011 Brand New Awards book is coming. We took a little bit longer putting it together this year, but it is being shipped from China as we speak.
Not sustainable, but cheap.
There's a little peek. Nice cover. So now I'm going to hand it over to Armin to tell you a little bit about what brand new has been going on throughout this year.
There's a little remote.
You never gave it to me.
Who took my remote? Here it is. All right, as is now customary, I'm going to tell you kind of like the highlights of the last 12 months since the last conference of what has happened on Brand New, the blog. And we're going to start with a couple of dumb moves. The first one comes courtesy of Netflix, who, after raising their prices, after doubling their prices for subscribers and pissing a lot of people off, they decided that they were going to split their business into two. The first one for the streaming business, which was to remain called Netflix, and the other one for their DVD by mail business to be called Quickster, which obviously was created by dropping a cat on a keyboard enough times until something legible came out. Eventually, to make decisions, Netflix CEO Reed Hastings dropped another cat on the keyboard to see if he could hit Command-C and take that back, because they did. Another kind of like silly thing that happened was that Moving Brands posted a magnificent case study of the redesign for HP Hewlett-Packard, one of the biggest brands in the world. But interestingly, HP posted nothing about the change. You can see that it was a really interesting evolution from the HP monogram that we know into something more abstract, really, really cool. I'm not sure about that 2021 vision. I don't think any company wants to stick for a logo, but whatever. You know, it's for the heck of it. It's an interesting idea. It looks great, rendered in whatever that is. I guess it's a close-up of a computer or something. But what happened was that one day later, after they posted their case study on the site, after we posted it on Brand New, I got an email from HP saying, and I quote, "HP is one of the world's most valuable brands and has no plans to adopt the new logo proposed by Moving Brands." Now, here's the thing. This is an image posted on the Moving Brands site. So here's the thing. If you post an image like this with some accountant-looking dude with the second bottom just like so high, and he's pointing with his ginger finger at that evolution, it's like, I'm going to think that shit is going down. I think that this is going to happen, that this is for real. If you don't mean business, don't put a picture of an accountant-looking guy pointing with his ginger finger. Come on. It's just common sense. So obviously, as you can tell, this episode made me a little bit mad, a little upset. And this is what I want to tell to both HP and Moving Brands. Basically this. To HP for not taking the logo. It's a really great logo. It's been served on a silver platter. Take it. And also to Moving Brands, again, this. Because you shouldn't post unapproved work, especially for such a big brand. You don't post it and say, hey, we redesigned HP if it's not going to go down for real. That is just not cool. So don't do it again, Moving Brands. Don't tease us like that. For some reason, in the last 12 months, museums decided that the logos window, where you can project all kinds of stuff through your logo, was a big trend. Wolf Hollins for the Asian Art Museum. Ziva for Portland Art Museum. Yeah, it always works. That's the thing with this concept, that it's a fail-safe. And whenever you tell a client, like, your logo is a window to the world, it's like they send a check on the spot. Pentagram for the Philbrook Museum of Art. Pentagram again for the Perot Museum of Nature and Science. Another trend this year was there was a lot of chrome. A lot of chrome was pushed around. Like that. Done by who gives a shit, because all this stuff looks horrible. Like, seriously, what the heck is that? Is that really a change? Well, there's a change in there somewhere. That's a firmer bot, that's for sure. All right, so now I'm going to do a little bit of the good, the bad, and the ugly role-playing here. The first one is going to be for Venture 3 for Excel, which is a risk management company for corporations, whatever that means. And what I love about this logo is that it's, it's pretty badass. It's no frills. It's just an X and an L, and it's black. And the problem is that people are really scared of black logos. And I don't mean that as a metaphor for the relationship between human beings of different races. I mean this literally. Black logos scare people. It's like, it scares clients, it scares designers, but 100% black always works. You could go black, or you could go C100, M100, Y100, K100 for rich black, but that would be way too scary. Looks great on a lapel pin. They had a really pretty video to go with it.
We're the world's biggest fans. So as change is changing, risks get riskier, and problems get more complex. We look deeper, dream harder, move faster. A perfect mix of instinct and wisdom, imagination and precision, steely analysis and exceptional craft to keep the world moving forward.
I like it. It's sharp. Another project that I really like came from Interbrand Australia for Alzheimer's Australia. Now, Mike Rigby will probably talk more about that later today. But what I really liked about this one was just it was a great blend of design and words, and it wasn't so much about identity as logo. It was more identity as vocabulary, as behavior, as a way of talking about the issue at hand. And they just created, whether these are fake or real remains to be seen. But one thing you can count on from Interbrand is they always do a little slide with buttons and pins. It's just, I think it's a crowd pleaser. And when you see a picture like that stuff feels like a movement. Wolf Olins helped Belkin arrive at the premise of people-inspired products, which then they turn into an acronym, PIP, P-I-P. PIP is also the nickname of the little icon thing. Which is really lovely, really nice typography. But here's the genius part. The genius part is that the Belkin's chairman and original founder, his name is Chet Pipkin. Pipkin. That's how you fucking pitch a project and you win it. Twitter redesigned their logo. I really liked it. They redesigned. They obviously redrew the bird. But what was more interesting was that they redrew the bird and they redesigned the bird to take over all of this other crap that no one really needs or wants or likes. So basically, one bird to rule them all. Then they had some weird explanation about how the logo was made out of 3 circles, and those 3 circles signifies something about the 3 circles of their users, and God knows what else. Is like, guys, come on, you already had a nice logo. Take that as your victory. Don't crap on it by over-explaining it. So somewhere in there were 3 circles. I counted way more, but they claim it's only 3. Like, yeah, right. One of my favorite projects this year, and for many other years, came from all the way from Peru, courtesy of Infinito, who spoke at our conference last year. It's for Don Belisario, which is a rotisserie chicken restaurant in Lima. That's the board mark, and it's all based around this idea of the kind of like a family patriarch, the boss of a plantation, kind of the badass jefe, if you will. And that's Mr. Belisario, and that's his extended family, all very eccentric, very dapper, very well-dressed, almost as well-dressed as all of us here today. And they populate the restaurant like so. Like so. It's fun, it's great. But what was interesting about this was that of all the posts in the history of Brand New, this is the one that had the highest approval rating in our exit polls. And you can basically, you have like 8 people, 13 people voting for bad. That's what on the internet we call trolls. I'm going to break away from the good, the bad, and the ugly just to show you something epic, really, really epic. Universal, the film studio, for their 100 years in business, they decided that they wanted a new opener for their movies. I'm going to show you the first one, and then the second one was done by Weta, the special effects house that did Lord of the Rings. So this is the old one. We all kind of know it. It's fine. It's whatever it is. Now here comes the real deal. We can up the volume just for effect. Here it comes. Yeah! And I can see a double rainbow in there and everything. That's right, Universal. On to the bad. The Comedy Network in Canada, this is the equivalent of putting a laugh track on your logo. What came first, the insurance or the eggs? A swoosh, another swoosh. You want more swooshes? I got more swooshes.
We are an incredibly diverse industry. Who we are, what we serve, and where we do business. Each morning we provide a kickstart for the nation and help folks get through the day. We reconnect friends and unite families for an evening meal. We provide a seat for the game and set the table for life-changing moments. We're the hometown diner and the big city lounge. We are where America dines and works. Shouldn't an organization that represents such an industry reflect all its richness and diversity? It does now.
Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry, here we go. Sorry. No, not again. I'm sorry. I don't want to subject you to that again. So TV land, for some reason, they keep holding to that silly, silly shape of the TV, atomic dinner, whatever it is. Those were the logos from 1996, 2001, and 2009. This is the most recent version. It's like, please, just give it up. It's not that good. The ugly. The ugly. Excuse me. It's just like, I could say some more stuff, but pictures are worth 1,000 words. This was actually kind of like a divisive logo where some people really, really liked it. I just hated the thing. And this is for the Stedelijk Museum Amsterdam by Mavis and Van Dersen. They're a reputable firm, and they did this, which is a whole the logo and identity system is based on a typeface called Union, which, and I quote, is intended for situations where Helvetica seems too sophisticated and Arial too vulgar, or vice versa. Basically, it's the shittiest parts of two of the shittiest typefaces on Earth. More on my hatred on Helvetica coming soon. This one was another one that some people liked, and I think they were just trying to be cool and say, oh, we like it. But I really, really hated it. It's all the wrong graphic moves in all the wrong places. The attitude and the philosophy might be there. It's urban, it's edgy, whatever. I just hated how it looks, and I'm basing my decisions purely on an aesthetic, so what? But what made me really, really upset about this whole thing was that it was billed to the media as logo designed by JC. Really, JC? Like, you sat your ass down, open Adobe Illustrator CS5, probably CS6. You can probably afford CS6. You sat down, you opened a new file, you moved your Bezier points around, you printed it out, you put it on a wall, you critiqued it, then you went back to Adobe Illustrator, moved some more Bezier points around. Really, if you're such a hotshot, JC, tell me the difference between the black arrow tool and the white arrow tool for the selection in Adobe Illustrator. That's right, motherfucker, you have no idea. Further to that, give credit to where credit is due. Even if it's a shitty logo, the designer deserves credit, not you. All right. Now that that's out of the way, And if I'm not here tomorrow, you know that JC put a hit on me. This is a logo for Senac, which is a very large vocational trade institution in Brazil. And, you know, the icon is not that bad, but you look at the typography and it's like, holy shit, like, who came up with that? Like, who decided that was a good idea? But, you know, what's that? You have an underline grid for it? Okay, my bad, it's perfect. Your moment of brand sin, courtesy of Dilbert creator Scott Adams. Takes a while to sink in. All right. If you didn't get it, as someone that laughed. Another trend this year, overlays were in. I'm not even going to tell who did what or whatever. And it's not that they're bad. It's just that, man, do we really need another overlay logo? I think we do, because there are so many. Simon, maybe we'll hear more about this. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. All right. So for a few years now, my hatred for Helvetica has grown. And I finally blew a gasket over the summer with this new identity for University of the Arts London by Pentagon partner Dominic Lipa. And, you know, it's fine. You know, it's just that I hate Helvetica. And you can go read, I posted a whole rant of why I hate Helvetica. You can go read it on Brand New. So the whole identity revolved around Helvetica here, Helvetica there. And my main problem with Helvetica is that it's 1960s typography, 1960s technology, if you will, for a 2012 creative institution. You just might as well install like rotary phones across the whole university, and that's how outdated that Helvetica looks on here. People disagree. Clearly, I didn't get any laughs, so it's probably you're probably thinking like, what a jerk! How can you hate Helvetica? I do, so deal with it. Obviously, the biggest story of the year has been the redesign of the Microsoft logo, which looks like that. And they put a nice little video together. And I also posted lengthily about the Microsoft logo on Brand New, and you can go read about it there. But I will kind of like summarize my opinions about it based on what I said to TechCrunch TV. They did an interview with me, and you know they have a shitload of followers and people looking. So my one-word review for TechCrunch TV kind of like got passed around, which was basically meh. And I can't play that's the page where they had the video, and I can't really play an excerpt because I can't play the file because I don't have the clip and whatever. So what I'm going to try to do is recreate, to see if I can get that meh right again. Meh. 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 Too much fun with my Mac. All right, we're nearing the end. We're actually at the end. So what the Microsoft change demonstrated more than anything, more than Microsoft can do a boring logo, was that the mainstream media is really, really interested in logo changes. And you know, everybody from TechCrunch to Huffington Post to Fast Company to all the newspapers were running articles about the Microsoft logo change. And a lot of them were able to run stories before I did. It happened because I was traveling, and long story short. And you would think that as the editor of Brand New, I'd be concerned that we have competition, that all these companies with more money, with a room full of writers and stuff like that, wouldn't kind of like get into our territory. And but that's not the case. I really don't mind that because they suck and I rule. So that's not the issue. The issue is that there's a new logo critic out there that is way more astute than me, way more insightful. And this critic really, really scares me, actually. we ran a post on Brand New with this critic's insights into logo design, and it was the second most viewed page in Brand New in the last 12 months, more than Microsoft. Those were the page views for a single day when we first posted it. So it got more than Microsoft. It got more than the Brooklyn Nets. It didn't get as many page views as my Helvetica rant, but it was right. It was the runner-up with 65,646 page views on that one day. So this critic, her name is Faith Ladd. She's 5 years old, and she's the daughter of Adam Ladd, an identity designer. Behold.
It's the pop from the pizza place. It looks like a person. He matches the color of the restaurant. That is the coffee logo. That is a parade outfit. That is the Disney. And those are little worms. That looks like an M. But upside down, M's are W's. That is the Apple Store logo, and it has a bite of an apple in it. Ooh, looks like the American flag. A bell. Outside space. Looks like a shooting star with a planet. An eye. Chili, and it has an S next to it, and chilies are spicy. That looks like a beach ball. Beach balls are very colorful. The GE logo, that's where my grandpa works. Babies are little. Yes. That is a cheetah. A cheetah. Cheetah. A letter O, but it has a dot in it. An M from McDonald's, and it looks like a fry, but it's an M made out of fries. On a car, it's a pizza. A turkey that's very colorful, like the rainbow. The Nikes, that is coffee again. Maybe on a restaurant. That looks like a marble. That is on a control that you use to control the TV at Ryan's house. Panda bears live out in the woods, I think. Baby toys. Those look like baby toys.
All right, thank you, Faith Ladd. Thank you. Please keep reading Brand New. It's what keeps us alive. And now it's showtime.